Do you get pain in your shin when you run, jump, play sports or do other activities? Check out this video to learn everything you need to know about shin splints. Why do we get them, what they are, and how do you know if you have them? I'll show you some exercises at the end to help fix and prevent them as well. Let's go. What are shin splints? So the medical term is medial tibial stress syndrome. So that's just a fancy way of saying pain on the inside of your shin. They're the most common running related injuries that you have. And the actual nature of the injury isn't well understood, but it's considered to be an overuse injury. So overuse injuries happen when you're putting repetitive load through the body and they don't have enough time to recover. So the muscles and the connective tissue in that medial part of your shin get a bit inflamed and that causes pain. So how do you know if you have shin splints? Well, there are two main things that you need to look out for. So the first one is pain on the inside of your shin that's greater than 5 centimeters when you touch your shin bone, and two, pain that's provoked by lots of physical activity, lots of running during or after activity, and reduced with rest. So what do you do if you think you have shin splints? Well, the first thing we want to do is help reduce that inflammation and that swelling to help reduce the pain. So we do that by firstly following the RICE protocol, so that's rest, ice, compression and elevation. The second thing we want to do is help reduce the load that's going through your calf. That will just help with the overuse injury aspect of it, so we're not putting as much load through that calf. So reducing the volume, the duration and the frequency of the activity that you're doing each week. That can also look at doing some cross training as well. So not running as much, doing a lot of swimming or some bike just to help with that fitness and the strengthening of the calf, but just not putting as much impact through that leg as well. Another thing you can do is book in to see a remedial massage therapist just to help with that inflammation as well. They can do some dry needling sometimes if you respond well to that. It's a good option as well. Some foam rolling also is good. Or have a look at your footwear as well and look at some orthotics or getting some new footwear if you need that as well. Once that's all under control and you've got the inflammation and the pain down, you can start to do some strengthening in the gym. So I'll show you some exercises now. So those are a few exercises that you can do if you think you have shin splints. I hope you found this video helpful. Stay tuned for more videos like this to come and follow us on our socials, or feel free to book in for our massage or physio services.